Literally, Duran Duran was just a group of yummy guys in the 80s. And their sexy hit, Hungry Like the Wolf, just made them sexier than all get out. And that song, of course, was played non-stop on MTV, but something turned Hungry Like the Wolf a little creepy. I know. How could that be possible? Farrah Fawcett had something to do with it. I just thought about this the other day, and I'm like, you know what? We gotta talk about it. So let's go.
Kiki Classic Rock.
Hey guys, my name is Kiki, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. What I like to do is talk about anything and everything. Classic rock, pop, nostalgia, all the fun stuff that we love and we grew up with, and we just have fun talking about it. So if you like that type of thing, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, as well as the like button. Of course, the little tiny notification ding-dong bell. That ding-dong bell lets you know every single time I upload a brand new video. Wow. And for those of you returning, thank you. Thanks for coming back. It gets lonely here. Duran Duran. Now, when these guys hit the scene in Birmingham, England back in 1978 by Nick Rhodes and John Taylor, it would only be a matter of a few years from that point that they would come out and bring us all of their stuff all wrapped up in a pretty little bow, and they would eventually come out to us as Duran Duran. Mr. Pretty himself, Simon Le Bon, amazingly, was not the original lead singer of this band. I know, I'm not kidding. John and Nick started their band off playing at several clubs in England, but a couple of them, one was Run Runner and the other was Barbarella's. Original lead singer and founding member of Duran Duran, Stephen Duffy. Right? Who the heck knew there was a Stephen Duffy? That is why I love doing these videos, because I get to go digging and snooping and finding all of this fun stuff out for you guys. I really did think Simon Le Bon was the original lead singer. I did. Stephen Duffy actually left DD in '79, and he went off to work with Robbie Williams, formerly of the group Take That, and he's also the neighbor of Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin. Do you know that whole crazy story? They have had a long-standing neighborly battle with each other because Robbie wanted to put a pool in his basement and like a gym or something like that. Jimmy's like, oh no, that's just not gonna work out like here. You can't be doing that. So I think that's all almost over because Robbie and his family are moving to Switzerland. So hopefully the new neighbor doesn't want to put a pool in their basement, because Jimmy's gonna say no. So yeah, Stephen left DD, and then they actually had several other lead singers after he left, and then at the suggestion of someone's ex-girlfriend, because that's always a really good place to get suggestions from, someone's ex-girlfriend. But in this case, it was good. Simon Le Bon's name was tossed around, and voila! In 1980, just 2 years after they got together, two record companies were fighting over Duran Duran's contract. EMI, they eventually won, and eventually lots and lots of girls were also fighting over the guys in Duran Duran. Because they were, like, how cute were they? They're still really cute. Have you seen them? Their first self-titled album was released in 1981, and their most notable song from that album is Girls on Film. That was released on July 13th of that year, but their biggest single release to date is Planet Earth from their first self-titled album. Girls on Film, great song, but it did not chart right away. It actually waited for itself a couple of years later, and in 1983, when Duran Duran's first self-titled album was re-released, that's when Girls on Film finally charted. Their second album, Rio, yeah, MTV, they loved that album. Well, it went gold and then it went double platinum and gave us the hits Rio, of course, My Own Way, Save a Prayer, and the song we're talking about today, Hungry Like the Wolf. Hungry Like the Wolf. Remember the girl who laughs in the very beginning of that song? Yeah, Nick Rhodes, the keyboard player for Duran Duran, that was actually his girlfriend who laughed in the beginning of the song, and she also moaned near the end, too. You know, two things of that song always stick out: the laugh at the beginning and the moan at the end. I have no idea what the motivation for the moan was for. I couldn't find any info on that, but we'll just guess. The song Hungry Like the Wolf was written by all the guys in the band, John, Roger, and Andy, all of the Taylors, and believe it or not one of the Taylors are related. I figured a couple of them had to be brothers, cousins, or something, but no. They all wrote the song very quickly on one Saturday afternoon in the basement of the EMI headquarters. As each of the band members rolled into the studio, they each contributed their part to the song, and there you go. There's Hungry Like the Wolf. The video, if you remember, it was very exotic. It was filmed in Sri Lanka. It was in the jungle. It was in a river. It was on an elephant. And remember, this video was released when MTV was just starting to take off. So they got the video and they're like, oh, this is a really cool video. Let's play it 24/7, which it seems like they did. And that song was just completely stuck in my head. Was it stuck in your head too? Bringing in Farrah Fawcett, what the heck does she have to do with Duran Duran's song, Hungry Like the Wolf? Let's just chat for a moment. Ladies and guys, of course, you too. Didn't you want to be like Farrah? I blew dry my hair like Farrah. It took a really long time, you know, with the brush and the curl. I wanted the red bathing suit like Farrah. My father said, no, that's not happening. Did not happen. But Farrah Fawcett and Duran Duran seems like a really unusual pairing, but they were paired. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I thought about this the other day because Hungry Like the Wolf came on my station, Kiki.fm, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that song was in a movie with Farrah Fawcett. So I could not remember the name, and when I went and researched, I found it. Creepy. But back to Farrah for just a little second. Now, she was on Charlie's Angels in 1976. Everybody loved Farrah. Of course, we loved Kate and Jacqueline, but a lot of the attention, come on, was focused on Farrah Fawcett. And she was only on Charlie's Angels for one season. Did it not feel like Farrah Fawcett was on there for a decade? That's what it felt like to me anyway. Maybe because they had repeats all the time. I literally watched every single repeat. Farrah did quit Charlie's Angels in 1977, and that was at the advice of her then husband, Lee Majors. Remember Lee Majors? He was the $6 million man. I wonder if he didn't give her the advice to quit, if she would have stayed on the show a lot longer. But Farrah said that she did want to pursue other projects, and one of those projects she wanted to pursue was she wanted to be in the movies. Farrah actually did do a lot of movies, and in 1989, she did one that was based on a true story about Diane Downs, who attempted to murder all three of her children. Diane did murder one child. It hurts me to even say that. Two of those children are still alive, and Farrah portrayed her. And I have to say, Farrah did a great job, because I literally wanted to jump through the screen and hurt Farrah's character. Not Farrah. Loved Farrah. But man, she hit home with that one. What does Hungry Like the Wolf have to do with any of this? Well, allegedly, that song was playing when Diane did what she did to her children. The movie was called Small Sacrifices. If you remember seeing it in the past, maybe you also remember how moving Farrah was in that film. And I have to tell you, still to this day, when I hear the song Hungry Like the Wolf, I think of Farrah Fawcett, and I do think of that movie. We'll move on to happier facts about the song Hungry Like the Wolf, though. The video for Hungry Like the Wolf received the Grammy for Best Short Form Video, and that was actually the first award of its kind in 1984. And also, the video was directed by Russell Mulcahy. He directed a lot of Duran Duran's videos, but he is very well known for putting the very first video on MTV, and that video was, come on, you guys know it, think. What was the very first video to play on MTV? I'm waiting. I am waiting. All right, I'll tell you. Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. And yes, the days when MTV was actually a music TV network. Remember that? I loved it. Hungry Like the Wolf and its connection to Farrah Fawcett. Go ahead and check out Small Sacrifices. If you can find it on the internet somewhere, it's got to be out there. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. Watch one of these two videos coming up next to keep all of your musical information moving and grooving. Remember to be kind to everyone, be free, and most importantly, always remember, because music makes us happy and keeps us sane, to keep rocking.